Okay, and this one's going to be really interesting. This is a fun part. It's called gear change. I call it gear changing. Now, just like your marvellous guitarists, they've got all their little pedals, add the intensity within a song, step it up a gear, get the intensity growing, get the volumes going. Oh, we've got to do the same. Now, this is why we have a wonderful thing called a China and double bass drums. That emotion thing, about the passion that I've been speaking about all the time, the emotion thing that we've got trying to create is that energy factor, that intensity energy factor. Now, little tricks that you can try, I think they're great. They work great for me, and they're lots of fun to do. What we tend to do is obviously we go from a hi-hat groove to a cymbal groove, i.e. like a chorus. Chinas are used for effect. I like to use chinas for my extra gear change up. So you're in final gear here, hit the turbocharge, son. There it is, staring you in the face in all its glory. The turbocharge gets kicked in. Now, if you've got a particularly, funny guitarist or bass player, it wipes them out straight away. And this is what we want sometimes. We want to hear ourselves, me, myself, and I. Thank you very much. Now, what we tend to do is I'll play something. What I'm going to actually play for you is a little bit of a rock groove, and then I'm going to go on to there so you can demonstrate the velocity of which it comes in. And then I'm going to try and put it in context with a bit of a musicality thing that I have on an MP3. And some of it requires double bass drums, some of it doesn't, so I hope you're watching. So this is the kind of thing I mean. If we take a groove like Smoke on the Water or Enter Sandman, something like that, where the actual riff is sort of played round twice. You've got bow down 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 bow down 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 bow down 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 boo da do da do da do, but it does it again. Well, don't just leave it there. Give it some extra. So it's this kind of thing. So we've got I'm into the groove. Ready? Into the verse. So what I've done there, the first groove I'm playing on there, then it needs that extra, it's going round again. So don't just leave the intensity there. Add the double bass drum to give it that little kick in. Then therefore, when we go back, I know Lars didn't do it, he's got a lot more money than me, but I don't care. What happens is we go back to the verse, and so for me, the dynamic change is far greater. And that's the beauty of it. You're playing rock, you're limiting your dynamic areas. These kind of things, expand them. So it makes it a great way of playing pretty full on, but also allowing yourself through the China, which I didn't use at the moment, but the double bass drums and stuff, to add more intensity to that particular segment, not getting in the way of the vocals, I hasten to add. You don't put double bass drums over everything. And then back into the verse. I'll demonstrate that again. So remember the groove of it, the feel of it. There we are, 2, 3. Down. It's a great way of adding that extra gear that I was talking about and add a little bit more kick. When I've done it with the bass players and guitarists, they love it because you're adding something, intensity, and you're back. Allow the vocals to speak out. The same hand we can get, if you remember on a previous lesson, we were doing the funk thing. Again. What I did on a particular track, Nirvana, which I'll try in a minute, just a little bit of a turnaround of the four chords, that's all it is. But it's pretty damn fast. So what I wanted to do, rather than just thrash it out, which is what I do, I then go on to the China to give it an uplift, real speed funk type of element. Obviously, we're coming back to the situation of a technique allowing us to do that, don't get me wrong, but for those of you out there who possibly can handle this situation, if you can't, slow it down. It's all about as I said, the intensity and the velocity at which we're playing, we're adding gears to what's already here. Don't think that you just hit the China for an effect use. So what will happen is that demonstrate it first, and hopefully the MP3, which hasn't cut out, will start, and then we're getting somewhere. So it's about there. It's pretty brisk. Go on, sing with me. Sing. Hey ya. 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, hey. 1, 2, 3. And there we have it. Right. As you can see, I got rather into that then. I can't help it, you see. What we're trying to do is create that intensity, the gear changing effect, where just right at the end, when you think you're taking people to the brink of the volume scale and the power and energy, you've got that idea of moving it more. Not a lot of people think about it. They hit China, as I say, in a... Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. It's another way of playing it and interpreting something. This is why we're all individuals. It wouldn't be right for everyone to do the same thing. But you can see how excited I'm getting. It just gets me like that. And it's passion thing. It's that extra little... I tell you now, you do it with your band, they won't want to sack you for slowing down. Speed up. Speeding up is okay. It's called controlled acceleration. Because what that does is that air of excitement. When you slow down, you want to go see. But the controlled acceleration gives you an air of excitement. So I was playing there this. I'm actually playing it on the China. You won't hear the ghost note effect. There, that one. Little double. Simply because the nature of the cymbal wipes it out completely. But it allows the drummer to gain that fluidity and makes you swing more because you're playing the little ghost note subdivisions that we spoke about earlier. So I'll play it again. Obviously I'm putting loads of other syncopated beats in. I'm trying to make it swing and groove and get at it. It's the height, it's finishing. That's where it's finishing. I'm throwing everything in I possibly can. That's what I want, pimp people to the back wall and destroy musicians either side, and that's a wonderful feeling at times. You need to do it because they will pull you down, and you've got to realise that being captain of the ship means you've got to have it large. So here we go. I'll do it slowly first. So if you've got something that speed, you can do it as well. It swings like, man, you really shut. The Chinese are going to cut through everything. Obviously, again, as I said before, governed on your technique. That's a way of playing it at a slower pace so that you're not forcing your technique too much. If you're going to play it fast and brisk like that, it's great. And I'm going to do it again because I can. Now, it's a fine way of giving you that extra gear, as I said, that I spoke about. Just try it. Try it in your band next time. You take it to the height, you move it up next time, you take it to the China, and we're there. Obviously, that is applicable in straight playing as well. You don't have to keep the double bass drums down here. You can use that as your gear and take it up to another gear there. Then you're off. But of course, if you may have noticed, your double bass drum freaks you. I did a little triplet thing going on there, which is hand, foot, foot. Now I did subdivision. Playing fast enough as it is, but because I've worked hard on double pedal, just that little 2-beat, right, left, fits nicely inside, 1-ander, 2-ander. When you're going really fast, if you exert that in, because of the nature of the speed and the intensity of what's going on, it sounds pretty like there's nothing else that can happen apart from self-combust. And believe you me, I've come close to it. So, just to recap on that, if you're playing it, obviously it's relative again to the tempo that you're playing at. Play here, I'll try and insert the triplet thing. Here we go. And if you can get your singles that fast as well, join them in. And that's the whole idea of it. Trying to push ourselves to keep that. That's the idea of that concept. You don't have to play that all the time. And I wouldn't do it to a Coldplay track. You get sacked straight away. However, if Taylor Hawkins falls over, or Lars Ulrich is worse for wear, the drum chair's open. Get in and add these colorations and these wonderful intensities, so that you can be smiling. What an enjoyment to do all that. Now I want you to get off the seat now, right? I know you were going to make a cup of tea and it didn't happen. This is totally irrelevant. Go in now and practice this stuff and become better musicians for the first time in your life. You're not a drummer, you're a musician, the captain of the ship, and practice well.